Roman Reigns replaced as the tribal chief. Why Seth Rollins will be kicked out of the Vision very, very soon. Bad news for The Rock after Taylor Swift's success. The WWE is aware of John Cena's retirement tour failure. The WWE is secretly punishing John Cena behind the scenes. Why the Fire Triple H movement is trending. Michelle McCool suddenly crowned new WWE champion. Alberto Del Rio makes bold claims about Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was actually loved. Kevin Owens another surgery. Let's dive right in. Why Seth Rollins will be kicked out of the Vision very, very soon. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins might soon get the boot from his own crew. He's hit a rough patch with his manager Paul Heyman, and this week's SmackDown laid it bare. The Wiseman isn't happy with Rollins' actions, and he could make a move soon. The Vision, formed right after WrestleMania 41, might even break apart faster than anyone thought. The reason? Seth Rollins himself. Here are 4 clear signs. The architect is about to get kicked out of the faction. Number 1, Rollins defies Heyman on SmackDown. Seth Rollins flat out ignored Paul Heyman's orders on SmackDown this week. That's a big hint his time leading the group could be running out. He jumped into Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes' tag match against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Out of nowhere, Seth hit Orton with a curb stomp, setting up Reed to pin the Viper after a tsunami. But Rollins wasn't done after his team's win. He wanted to charge back to the ring to take out Cody Rhodes, his crown jewel opponent this month. Heyman tried to stop him, but Seth brushed him off. Before he could land another curb stomp, Cody flipped it into a crossroads. Heyman looked furious with Seth's reckless move and even stopped Breaker and Reed from saving their leader. Rollins was left high and dry. Number 2, Heyman walks out on Rollins. Heyman clearly wanted Rollins to face the consequences of going rogue. He straight up walked away while Rollins was down outside the ring. The Wiseman was visibly ticked off after the architect ignored his plan in front of everyone. This could be a major sign that the 60-year-old mastermind is ready to swap Seth out for someone new in the group. Number 3, Brock Lesnar's shadow looms. Brock Lesnar's return at SummerSlam 2025 shook things up big time. He's been Heyman's go-to guy in WWE, and the world saw it at WrestlePalooza when the Wiseman shocked everyone by announcing for his old client. The day before, Lesnar and Heyman had a private talk on SmackDown with the Beast saying they needed to catch up. This might have rattled Rollins, maybe even sparking his defiance toward Heyman. He could sense that Heyman might soon ditch him for Lesnar. Number 4, Cody Rhodes exposes Rollins' weak spot. Cody Rhodes left Seth Rollins embarrassed during their Raw face-off a few days back. Cody got under his skin by pointing out that Rollins has never beaten him in WWE. In their 3 one-on-one matches, Cody's won every time, and that stings the Visionary. Rollins looked shaken after that segment, telling Heyman he has to beat Cody. Heyman's been warning Seth that Cody's in his head and he needs to shake it off. Cody's words exposed Rollins' doubts, and that could be fueling his unease. Now it's up in the air if the Visionary can finally top Cody in their 4th match, even with his crew backing him. Bad news for The Rock after Taylor Swift's success. The Rock just got some tough news. The star, who skipped WrestleMania this year, won't like this at all. Over the weekend, The Rock's new movie, The Smashing Machine, hit theaters. It's a project he's poured his heart into and worked hard on. The screening at the Venice Film Festival even got a standing ovation, but ticket buyers didn't show up in big numbers. The opening weekend brought in only $6 million at home. That's the worst start for any film he's ever done. The last time one of his movies did this poorly was in 2010 with Faster, which pulled $8.5 million. This weekend, Taylor Swift's concert film for her album The Life of a Showgirl crushed it. The movie, full of behind-the-scenes clips, lyric videos, and the debut of her new music video, The Fate of Ophelia, raked in $33 million right out of the gate. Clips are everywhere of crowds singing along to the pop star's fresh tracks in theaters. Swift's concert film features behind-the-scenes footage, lyric videos, and the premiere of her new music video, The Fate of Ophelia. After jumping back into WWE earlier this year before WrestleMania to demand Cody Rhodes' soul, the star sparked what many thought would be one of the greatest villain turns ever. John Cena flipped bad guy on Rhodes and teamed with The Rock after the WWE champion turned down the deal. The Brahma Bull joined in beating down Rhodes. Folks figured with Cena facing him, the legend would show up at WrestleMania to back the leader of the Cenation, but he was missing, and later said his part was over, leaving fans let down. The WWE is aware of John Cena's retirement tour failure. WWE insiders know John Cena's goodbye run hasn't hit the mark. The Cenation leader started his final stretch in the Stamford Company on the Raw Netflix premiere. He's set to hang up his boots on December 13th at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. A fresh report from Fightful Select says folks inside the company see that Cena's retirement tour has come up short. The likely cause is sudden creative twists that threw things off during his run. WWE stunned the wrestling world with John Cena's villain turn at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. He teamed up with The Rock there, but it led nowhere big, as the Brahma Bull vanished after that. Fans feel let down, many saying the whole thing fell short with all the hype around Cena's first bad guy role in 2 decades. In his last match, John Cena faced Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. The Beast incarnate tore through the Cenation leader and grabbed an easy win without much effort. On the WrestlePalooza recap show, WWE analyst Sam Roberts made it clear he wasn't happy with Cena versus Lesnar at the recent Premium Live event. The The 42-year-old said the outcome left him down. He added that while he agreed Brock Lesnar could pull off that kind of show, it shouldn't have been against John Cena. Because it makes you feel bad, and they looked at tonight and said, "What was that?" And I mean, I'll tell you what it was. It was Brock showing the world what Brock and only Brock can do. Go in, destroy moments, make you believe that he is capable of destroying the moment that he just destroyed, and then leaving children crying. Of all matches for John Cena to come to the ring with all those kids, the Brock match is not the one to do it with, he said. The Cenation leader will try to shake off that crushing loss and zero in on his next fight against AJ Styles. Time will show if Cena can rebound from the defeat and take down the phenomenal one at Crown Jewel. The WWE is secretly punishing John Cena behind the scenes. John Cena's beatdown at WrestlePalooza has left a bad taste. Inside sources say the company might be hitting back at him in ways fans can't see. The 17-time champ took on Brock Lesnar in a fight that went all one way. The Beast had Paul Heyman in his corner and tossed Cena around like nothing. He slammed him with 6 hard F5s to end it. Cena hasn't been on TV since, but he's set for Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. On a recent writing with Russo, the veteran insider said Cena needs one more shot at Lesnar. He thinks the Cenation leader could finish his comeback story with a win over the Beast in his final fight. The insider wondered if WWE was getting small over Cena going to Vince McMahon's birthday party. He wants to see Cena get payback in his last match. They've got to let that last match be one last crack against Brock Lesnar. They have to. If they don't, I'll never understand why they did what they did. Unless it's pettiness and them trying to punish Cena for going to Vince's birthday party, who knows? But if that last match is not Lesnar and he doesn't go over, I don't even know what to say, inside sources said. At Crown Jewel this year, John Cena will face AJ Styles. The match came from fans wanting to see the two ex-world champions clash one last time. Cena's final fight will happen in Washington, D.C. on December 13th at Saturday night's main event. On the latest writing with Russo, the veteran insider said Cena got caught in the middle of company drama. He thinks the bosses had a split with The Rock, which messed up Cena's villain turn. The insider said the creative team couldn't fix the mess, and it wrecked John's goodbye run. I'm telling you, man, a lot went sour with Rock. A lot went sour with The Rock and people not being on the same page. Cena got caught right smack in the middle of that. Since that happened, they have not been able to recover from that, inside sources said. John Cena took a hard loss from Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. The Beast hit 6 rough F5s to win over Cena. The franchise player now preps for a fight against AJ Styles. Fans have wanted to see the two ex-world champions go at it one last time. The match hits at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia this weekend. Cena's last fight is set for December 13th in Washington, D.C. The star will top Saturday night's main event. Why the Fire Triple H movement is trending. Triple H calls the shots as WWE's chief content officer, shaping every story in the Stamford company. The game has always had fans in his corner, but now the I Fire Triple H push is exploding online. Neutral viewers wonder what sparked this backlash against Triple H. Plenty of reasons have fueled the fire. Fans have vented on social media about the whole mess. The top triggers for this wave are the current stories. Viewers have spotted a big drop in quality since WrestleMania 41, all under the game's watch. The plots feel stale. Even John Cena's goodbye run has left crowds cold. It skips real stories and chases cash at every stop. On top of that, ticket costs have shot up to crazy levels. WWE just dropped prices for WrestleMania 42, and they hit fans hard, stirring up a storm online. An Instagram post called out how arenas that packed out last year now sit half empty. Take the latest SmackDown from Orlando. It filled just 10,000 seats in a 20,000-seat spot. All these headaches, plus smaller slip-ups, have pushed fans to air their anger at WWE's state. The hashtag #FireTripleH wave is picking up steam across social media. On his Off the Top podcast, WWE Great and Real Bloodline family member Rikishi took a shot at the game over how former United States champion Jacob Fatu comes across. Rikishi said that if the Samoan werewolf gets matched with the right foes, he could turn into a real moneymaker for the company. With the skills he brings, Fatu could draw crowds like crazy. This kid here, as far as the talent that he has in and out to Squared Circle, and again, I've always said this from the beginning, that if you book Jacob with the right people, you're gonna get money out this kid here. Because the thing that he does in the ring, I still don't think that they have booked him with the right people and light gasoline up behind him to really push this thing to make it work. It's just been this little tease. We see Jacob's skills. We see his talent. We see his popularity is just catching on fire. Like you can see the top of the hill, but you ain't got over yet. You know what I mean? Like I don't even think he on the porch yet. He should be in the house having some sweet tea by now, Rikishi said. We'll have to watch if Triple H and his creative squad step up the game after months of fan frustration. Michelle McCool suddenly crowned new WWE champion. Michelle McCool just claimed the new WWE champion spot in 2025. Her husband, The Undertaker, chimed in too. Last time on WWE LFG Season 1, The Undertaker walked off as champ. He grabbed the title after lining up some of the best new talent all season. This time he came close to holding on, but it didn't pan out. Even though his two rookies, Shiloh Hill and Danny Sikelski, won their finals in LFG Season 2, the points didn't add up for the dead man to keep the crown. Instead, Michelle McCool took it home. Shawn Michaels handed her the new WWE LFG champion belt. The good news is at least it's going to stay in the family. Ladies and gentlemen, our new WWE LFG champion, Michelle McCool. McCool lit up right away. She said her team fought hard to win it for her and bring it to her side of the bed. Look at how beautiful this is. This is what my team earned me. They helped bring this home to the right side of the bed. The Undertaker jumped in too. He pointed out his team scored 2 contracts, but no one got how his days would change now that his wife had the title. You don't understand what my life is going to be like right now. I took 2. When are we going to talk about that? I got 2 contracts. This season flipped things up after LFG Season 1. Michelle McCool stepped in for Mickie James. It marked her first time on the show, right alongside her husband. She made waves fast by winning, while the Phenom, Booker T, and Bubba Ray Dudley watched on. No telling what Season 3 will bring. Alberto Del Rio makes bold claims about Vince McMahon. Former World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio dropped some big claims about ex-WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. The Mexican star was a top villain back in McMahon's era. Recently, the 48-year-old chatted with Eduardo Bates in a Spanish interview. Del Rio talked about his time in AAA after leaving the Stanford company. He also weighed in on fans hating on Mexican pro wrestler El Hijo del Vikingo, Dominic Mysterio snagging the AAA Mega Championship, and more. During the talk, Alberto Del Rio made bold statements about Vince McMahon. He said the company's golden age happened because of the 80-year-old. The 2-time WWE champion called McMahon the brains behind the wrestling world and gave him credit for everything in the business today. Vince created all the characters. The entire golden era of WWE exists because of him. What most people don't know, because they really don't know him, is that he's the mastermind behind the industry. Everything we have in wrestling today exists thanks to him, he said. In the same chat with Eduardo Bates, Alberto Del Rio claimed he was always one of Vince McMahon's top picks. The Mexican star said it came down to his hard work, professionalism, and knack for firing up the crowd. Del Rio added he could play the audience like a pro. I was always one of his favorites because of my dedication, professionalism, and effectiveness. Because Alberto Del Rio can do whatever he wants with the crowd. He makes them believe, makes them feel that what's happening in the ring is real, exactly as he intends it to be, said Del Rio. Del Rio was a key player in AAA before WWE took over the Mexican promotion. While he's wrestled in Lucha Libre events, the former AAA Mega Champion hasn't popped up in any WWE AAA crossover stories. It'll be a thrill to see if the veteran shows up in WWE or Worlds Collide events down the road, like other AAA stars. Vince McMahon was actually loved. A former WWE star spilled what he really admired about Vince McMahon. The 80-year-old former CEO stepped down after a lawsuit from ex-WWE employee Janelle Grant surfaced. On TMZ's Inside the Ring podcast, Matt Riddle gave props to Vince McMahon for sticking to his guns and not bending to the crowd's cheers or jeers. Riddle said Triple H and AEW's Tony Khan leaned too hard into pleasing wrestling fans. You have to. If you give them everything that they want, you give them that dream match tomorrow, what are they going to tune into next week? I felt like Vince did a very good job with that a lot of the time, because he wouldn't just give people what they wanted. I feel like Triple H bends a little more. Tony Khan definitely bends a lot, said Matt Riddle. Riddle teamed with Randy Orton as RK Bro. He got cut from WWE in September 2023 after an odd incident at JFK Airport in New York. John Cena Sr. also spoke up for Vince McMahon recently, calling him a great person. In an exclusive chat with Sportskeeda Wrestling's Bill Apter, Cena Sr. shared his deep respect for McMahon, saying he was an awesome boss to work for. As far as Vince McMahon goes, he was absolutely a superb human being to work for. It's my opinion and only my opinion, cared about the business, cared about the individuals he worked with, and was just an all-around great human being. And I still hold that true, he said. Matt Riddle and Randy Orton snagged the Raw Tag Team Championships twice as RK Bro. Riddle also nabbed the United States Championship during his WWE run. It'll be a thrill to see what's next for the original Bro in pro wrestling. Kevin Owens another surgery. Karina Lamer, the wife of WWE star Kevin Owens, shared a fun update on her husband's time away from the company. KO's been out with an injury. Kevin Owens was set to battle Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. But before the show, he opened up about long-time neck problems and said he needed surgery. The ex-Universal Champion got swapped for Joe Hendry at the big event. No word yet on when the prizefighter will step back into the ring. While he's off WWE TV, Karina Lamer posted a photo to her Instagram stories. It showed her husband with Art the Clown, a made-up killer from the movie Terrifier. In the picture, the character holds a fake saw to Owens' neck. She added a light-hearted caption, joking that KO needed another surgery after hanging out with Art the Clown. Time for another surgery, she wrote. Rhea Ripley met Art the Clown too, and she played along with a fake death scene. Mommy later said it was a dream come true to team up with the Terrifier star. In a funny twist, Kevin Owens and Ripley shared the same goofy end after meeting Art the Clown. Back in August 2025, Kevin Owens talked about his neck fusion surgery at the Coke Zero Sugar 400 race at Daytona International Speedway. way. The prizefighter said the operation went well. He noted it was only one level, the best outcome. But he added that his body needed to heal right, with no sure thing on the fusion working. Some wrestlers bounce back strong. Owens stayed hopeful he could return to WWE action next year. I did get a neck fusion. It was very stressful going into it because we're not really sure how severe the fusion was going to be and how many levels and all that stuff. Thankfully, it ended up being only one level, which was the best case scenario. Surgery was successful, and my doctor says we have to see how the bones fuse, and there's no guarantee that it's going to work. It's how my body heals. Some guys were successful. Fingers crossed I get to come back to wrestling in the next year, Owens said. We'll have to wait and see when Kevin Owens makes it back to the ring on WWE TV. Roman Reigns replaced as the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns, the ex-undisputed WWE Universal Champion, came back strong on Raw with a clear goal to wipe out the Vision for good. But sharp eyes in the wrestling world spotted some hidden clues that could fire up the Bloodline story all over again. The original Tribal Chief has stuck to a part-time schedule since Cody Rhodes took his title in that epic WrestleMania 40 main event. Plus, the Bloodline tale wrapped with Reigns topping Solo Sikoa earlier this year on Raw's Netflix kickoff. Still, lots of folks thought WWE dropped the ball on wrapping it up and could have done better. For a while now, Roman Reigns has been building up Jey Uso like he's passing the torch. In a wild turn, the Yeet Master could step in as the new Tribal Chief and launch Bloodline 3.0 with Jimmy Uso and maybe Jacob Fatu at the helm. That could restart the Bloodline drama fresh. On his Off the Top podcast, the Usos' dad and WWE great Rikishi guessed Jey Uso could take over as the new Tribal Chief. He added the Bloodline might come back swinging in 2026. On his Not Some podcast, wrestling analyst Sam Roberts said former World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso would follow Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief. He pointed to how the OTC locked eyes on the YEET Master, not Jimmy, and said, this is his now. Nothing is more important to Roman than the lineage. For the first time, Roman is ready to, last night they had to bleep it out because he said, F them all, this is yours now. And he didn't look at Jimmy and Jay together and say, guys, this belongs to you. He looked straight at Jay and he said, F them all, this is yours now, Roberts said. We'll have to keep watching to see what the Triple H creative team has lined up for the OG Bloodline now that they're teamed up on the red brand.